I think this has been a very important step, not only in discussing the tax system in Brazil, and I came in the BRICS panel in the session, and sharing of experiences of different countries and different sectors of the economy, different kinds of taxes, etc., are very important. I think central to the whole thing is with what kind of perspective. The politics of taxation is also extremely significant. What I found as a common thing is our dependence on indirect taxes, which ultimately ends up taxing the poor people and their consumption rather than taxing the rich. And that disparity has to go off. And I think most presentations in their own particular ways are showing this gap between the direct and the indirect taxes, between that rich and poor, how that gap exists in our taxation systems. And therefore, we can collectively think about tax reforms which are more progressive in character, and tax reforms which benefits the larger chunk of our population at this point of time, particularly when the state's role has to be defined more in terms of providing the opportunities for people and their social security rather than serving only the interests of the market forces. I think like the Indian tax system, the Brazilian tax system also is largely dependent upon the indirect taxes. This is where our heads should go together to address this problem, where, whether it is the income or the consumption itself, that has to become the focus of our thinking about reforms in taxation, because that has larger implications. Because the consumption of the general population has to increase to come out of poverty, to come out of different kinds of problems they face. At the same time, the affordability of that consumption is restricted due to tremendous taxation. And therefore, that is one area where I think this meeting can contribute a lot in thinking about tax reforms.